Hey guys, and welcome back to another FM22 Transfer Guide with me, Raxo FM, where today we're going over 3 signings and 3 sales for Real Madrid, a side that have had a lot of success in recent years, particularly in the Champions League, winning 3 in a row not too long ago. However, with the general fall-off of Spanish football, with Barcelona in the absolute, well, I don't know if I can say those words online, but not in a good situation right now, it is bringing the entire league down with them, but we can certainly fix this by making a couple of intelligent sales and a couple of intelligent signings for this Real Madrid side to turn them back into one of the best teams in the world. If that sounds like something you guys would be interested, make sure you do smash the like button on today's video, as well as subscribing to the Raxo FM YouTube channel so you don't miss the daily Football Manager content that will be coming your way with transfer guides and Let's Play series. The reason why, well, one of the reasons why I'm so optimistic about this Real Madrid side is that you have £51 million to play with. A lot of money, a lot more than a lot of the big clubs this year in Footy Manager. So I'm more than happy to be spending that right off the bat. And if you're going to be making some intelligent sales, you'll be able to get even more money for you so that you can invest in that team. But of course, when you see money, you know the expectations are going to be high. They want you to play attacking football, sign high reputation players under the age of 23 for the future. They want you to expand the stadium, maintain the club status as the biggest club in the world. I didn't realise that was a thing. And maintain the club status as the most reputable team in Spain, as well as increasing commercial revenue, working within the wage budget. And here's the big ones: reaching the semi-final of the Champions League and winning the La Liga. So you've got your work cut out for you, and there's some dead weight in the squad. Let's go get rid of some of them. The first player we're getting rid of is, in my opinion, one of the most obvious ones. Unfortunately, Mariano has not been the most successful signing for Real Madrid, coming in for £19 million, but never solidifying himself as a first-team player or even that good of a player. I mean, he's got some beautiful stats, but unfortunately just doesn't fit into the system that we want to play. And at 27 years of age, you'd want him to be getting a wee bit better instead of declining, which he is going to be doing very soon. He's already transfer listed and he's worth about £15.5 million. So I think it's a very good opportunity to cash in on a not so great player. In the save, he has moved over to Tottenham in the Premier League, and we've gotten a very respectable £10 million for him, and that's going to be taken straight into our future signings. Very happy with that fee, considering there wasn't a lot of interest for a while. Had to bring it down, only to £10 million, not a bad fee at all, and we're more than happy to sell him for that price. The next player that we're selling is a bit of an unfortunate one. Dani Ceballos, never really becoming the world star that we needed him to be for Real Madrid. Got some very nice stats, but as he's already transfer listed and got quite a high wage, and when you do compare him with other players that have just come through the ranks like Camavinga or Valverde, we can see that he's not really on their level. I don't think he's going to be breaking into the squad anytime soon. We could definitely use this money to get a better player in there. £12.5 million I think is a very respectable fee for the young man, and getting rid of that wage is also going to be hugely helpful. I think it is unfortunate because in another save and another team, this guy is incredible. However, with the options we do have, he does end up being just near the very bottom of that pack. In this save, once again, we've sold him to Tottenham and we've gotten £12.5 million for him. Very happy with that amount of money. I think he's going to do great things over in the Premier League, just like he did for Arsenal in real life. However, just not going to be with Real Madrid, is it? I'm sure he will progress in the future, and if you want to get rid of other players, just keep him around, be my guest. But I don't know why you'd be getting rid of other players, because you have better options in there, and unfortunately, he's just not cutting the mustard. The last player that we are selling is Isco, and again, this is a very unfortunate one, and perhaps even more unfortunate because he's been at the club for so long and he never quite reached that potential that it did look like he was destined to reach at some point in his career. But at 29 years of age now, his contract is expiring at the end of the year, and that's actually why I've added him in this list, because he wants to leave. I don't know if it happens in every save, but after a couple of days, he came to me and he said he wanted to leave the club. He was going to consider his option, so it's definitely time to cash in. £16 million is definitely not a bad fee. Getting £200,000 off the wage book is going to be amazing though, and I'm sure we can do a lot with that money. In this save, we sold him to Newcastle, and I don't really know how, but he went up in value, so we got rid of him for £21 million. A very good fee for a man that we were going to get rid of at the end of the year on a free anyway, Absolutely love that coming into the club. I think he is a no-brainer. And now with all of those transfers completed, we've got £21 million plus. I don't actually remember who we sold. Well, Mariana for 10, so £31 million. And then, who was the other one? Oh, Ceballos for 12. That's £43 million. It's like £93 million we have to spend, boys and girls. This is going to be a good bunch of signings. But who do we need to improve upon? Where do we need to improve? What signings do we need to make? Let's go take a look at the squad. This is the squad that we're working with now, and it's not half bad. With the options that you do have, I think that this tactic probably works the best. Although it would be very nice to be able to move into a cam position, but when you do that, that's so funny. You can see that you don't have the best central attacking midfield options, having to move Asensio into there, who's definitely a decent player, but it then means Gareth Bale has to start. It becomes a bit of an issue. I don't think you quite have that out-and-out cam player. So straight off the bat, when we go into the squad depth screen, I'm saying cam would be a very nice position to be bringing in. Benzema, Bale, Vinicius Jr. and Jovic in the striker position, I think are great options. Maybe getting a younger one to come through the ranks, as Jovic is only 23 years of age. Actually, no, he's pretty young. He'll be able to do a job. I mean, bringing in another option would definitely be a decent option, but I don't think you're too desperate at the moment. Out on that left-hand side, Eden Hazard, Benzema, Vinicius Jr., Bale, Alaba. I think your main two options are Vinicius Jr. and, of course, Hazard. So I think that one's probably locked down for the time being. However, on the right-hand side, you've only got Asensio. Vinicius Jr. can do it, so can Hazard, but not as many out-and-out players. Gareth Bale, of course, having to stick around at the club because we can't sell him with that massive transfer, tiny transfer value and massive wage, so he's around the club as well. But I think this side might be more desperate to be improved upon as opposed to the left-hand side. Both wings could maybe use one extra player that can do a decent job in there so that we can have a world-class player on either side at both times. But hey, that's just me nitpicking a wee bit. In the central midfield spot, I think you're absolutely sorted. And that is not something I say very often because you've got Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Casemiro, Alaba, Valverde, Camavinga, youngsters coming through, experienced players in there, but I would like to bring it back to the fact that you don't have a cam. So if you do want to play with that CDM role, you got to then have a slightly more attacking player, and you don't really have it. Casemiro, Modric and Kroos, of course, really great players, but getting older, they're not as good attacking-wise. I'd say Modric is the most attacking. He's got 9 finishing, which is slightly concerning when you want to score goals. Maybe Toni Kroos can be slightly better, but again, not the best in terms of attacking, definitely not the worst, but I don't know. I feel like a more attacking-minded player, so that kind of ties in with the central attacking midfield player. At right back, you've got plenty of options: Vasquez, Carvajal, Nacho, Militao. Yeah, fine. At left back, you've got Alaba, Mendy and Marcelo. Mendy and Marcelo are probably going to be your main ones, and Alaba is probably going to dip into the centre-back role. Next to Militao, you could move him over onto the left-hand side if you do need to, but I don't think you're so desperate. However, this centre-back position I think is a bit of an area of interest because obviously you might want to play Alaba as that left-back. Then you just have the options of Militao, Nacho Fernandez, and Vallejo. So, another centre-back might not go amiss. In terms of goalkeeper, Courtois might need a younger backup in the coming years, but for now, I think him and Lunin will be absolutely fine. So going over that again very quickly, getting that cam position sorted is a must. Left wing, right wing could be handy, and centre-back is where you need to improve as well. Let's go out, let's make some transfers. You know who the first one is because he was on the thumbnail. Luis Diaz, we are more than happy to welcome him to the club. Looks like a brilliant player for the future and a brilliant player for the present. He is able to play on that left wing, on that right wing if you need him to, and in that cam position, which I absolutely love. Because Hazard can play over on the right hand side, I think it's absolutely fine to keep this man over on the left hand side. And he comes into the club for just £25 million, could rise to 44, but we're not going to worry about that right now because he has got some beautiful stats in there. Dribbling 19, first touch 18, technique 18, flair 19, pace 16, acceleration 17, agility 17, finishing 14, and he still can improve. At 24 years of age, he is an absolute bargain for the price you can get him, and I think you should pick him up if you're doing a Real Madrid save. Next up, we have another world-class player, Jamal Musiala. We signed him in the Liverpool beta save, and he was world-class. He covers that cam/centre mid position that you desperately need to improve upon. Not desperately, but it's very nice to be able to have this kind of man. So he can play in that Musiala role or in the cam position, even left wing, right wing if you need him to as well. And he comes in for just £43 million. Could rise to 62, but again, a bargain for the man of his ability. Gets so much better. I've personally seen it. His stats improve amazingly, and he's going to fit into your squad just right. Love that you can bring an 18-year-old in for this cheap early on in the game, and Musiala is exactly that man that you will want to be bringing in. And last, but I always say and last but not least, but this genuinely is the worst signing of the lot. But it's not a bad one, considering the fact that we've brought Jonathan Tah in for just £7.5 million. Could eventually rise to £15 million, but I don't know if he's going to be making 50 appearances for you. Although he is certainly a very good centre-back option. 25 years of age, could improve just a wee bit, and he's definitely looking like he could be a starter for you. In fact, when I actually go to the quick pick screen and get him in there, I think I've actually sent him to the under-19s. Oh, no, I haven't. No, get in. I didn't send him to the under-19s. I did that before. But yes, you can see he is considered to be one of our best centre-backs. If we go into the squad screen, squad depth, we can see that he is actually just behind everyone else. But if we actually compare, I'm trying to justify the signing, boys and girls. If we actually compare him to Nacho, we can see that there's not a whole lot in it. Maybe Nacho has a wee bit, but he's quite a bit older, and he could be a man that you could be lining up to sell at the current point in time. And with the price that you're paying, I think Tah is a really good centre-back option for you, who's going to improve in the future as well. Great signing for you. Lots of nice stats, 15 marking, 15 tackling, and a decent age as well. So yeah, I'm trying to justify this one, boys and girls. And you still have a grand total of £15 million left to spend, so you could actually get a better centre-back if you want. I wouldn't blame you if you did, to be honest, because that wasn't my best signing of all time, but it is the signings that we have made, and we're now ending this episode with a squad that looks a little something like this. If we move into the cam position, of course, I love to be playing it like this. We can see that, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Musiala is not. How is Musiala but not being selected? Is he in the under 20? No, he's not. Okay, no, I'm just going to do that myself. He is starting for you. He is world class, and I think it's time to get the squad out onto the pitch because it is beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope that you appreciate the tips. Let me know down in the comment section below who you want me to do next, because I did actually get this video idea from a comment. So I do read the comments. I do genuinely make videos as a result of them. I probably will make a video on any team you suggest, unless it's like, I don't know, some team in the second league in Switzerland. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to get that many views for that one. Make sure you do subscribe if you've enjoyed this one. Like this video as well, and I will see you all later.